It was a wrongful death settlement. What was wrong then? If he wasn't charged, he was cleared in multiple investigations. What was wrong?
I am a supporter of the police, but my support of the police doesn't only occur on January 6th. Are we not aware that these kind of cases happen all the time? In fact, New York City just settled a $13 million case after George Floyd protest. People that assaulted police officers here in New York City got $13.5 million.
What does that make it okay? We don't need whataboutisms right now.
I'm not whataboutism. Okay. I'm not. I'm not a January 6th, I wish I was their guy. I'm not that at all. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying we should be clear that people who are the victims of police mistreatment have a right to sue. This sort of thing does happen all the time. Cornell, you are routinely.
I think that's the question. Is she a victim of police mistreatment?
People who are the victims of a police shooting, right or wrong, have a right to sue in this country.
Okay, but is she a victim of police mistreatment?
Exactly.
According to the settlement, she is.
I've seen you on TV, and it's terrible. I'm sure people can imagine your response before they even ask you. But you got to ask how you feel, particularly when they're taking people's Medicare and Medicaid and slashing benefits. How you feel about taxpayer money going to Ashley Babbitt's family, who is a terrorist? Yeah, go ahead.
I hate to say this. I wish there was some wood around so I could knock on it, right? But there hasn't been anything that this administration, these people can do, have done that would surprise me. It's been 4 long years since January 6th, and every turn has been met with a slap in the face to law enforcement, to the men and women who bravely protected both parties that day. Every turn has been met with a slap in the face. So I hate to say that I'm surprised, but we saw it coming. The biggest thing, well, there are multiple things that bother me about the settlement, but one of the biggest things is the civil suit was for a wrongful death. Now, listen, I'm never going to relish or celebrate anybody's death. Well, maybe one person, but
Harry Louise.
But listen, like somebody lost a daughter, somebody lost a loved one, and that sucks, right? But the FBI cleared the lieutenant in the shooting, the Capitol Police cleared him, and the Metropolitan Police Department cleared him. So the biggest argument that I have is, where is the wrongful part? Because the fact that the state is getting any money, listen, take it to court and let's hear the evidence about what wrongful happened. Yeah. And, everybody has the right, their day in court. Everybody has the right to due process. See what it did there? Like, due process is a thing. But no, let's just see what happens. Because right now you're painting the picture that there was something wrongful about it. What was wrong is that if Ashley Babbitt would have survived, she would have been charged and she would have been a criminal.
Yeah.
And eventually pardoned by Donald Trump.
That's right.
That's the biggest thing. The taxpayers are paying this money. If Donald Trump did not spew the lies and he would have accepted the results of the election, Ashley Babbitt wouldn't have been at the Capitol.
Yeah, he should
and
pay
Ashley
it.
Babbitt would still be, and she would still be alive. So he should be paying it.
Yeah, he should pay it. There's only one person responsible for her death, Donald Trump. He's the one that sent her there. I mean, and I feel like people of color are told every day they should comply with police officers, and why didn't they just comply? And, I mean, Harry, I guess, I'm sure you see the same, shows sometimes I see. There's, Thom Hartmann with a straight face talking about the arrest of this African-American congresswoman who was there doing her job, doing oversight, caught in a scrum. And he said, we take very seriously the assault of police officers. I'm like, really? Really? And the reporter didn't bring up January 6th, Yeah,
I know, right? Like, why didn't anybody push back against that? Like, why aren't we talking about, okay, if that's the case, well, what about the officers on January 6th? And why have we been made out to be these pariahs, so to speak? I'm confused which type of assault gets you charged and which type of assault gets you $5 million. Like, I'm confused. Now, let's be 100% clear. All types of assault against any law enforcement is never okay, period. Full stop, no comma, no, whatever, full stop. But so we can't be assaulting law enforcement. However, let's just keep it fair and balanced, and balanced.
I've heard that before. If you saw the video, she's caught in a scrum. And so,
absolutely.
Having ICE officers shove another ICE officer into you isn't you assaulting someone, when you're there doing your congressional oversight, right?
Yeah, the fact that it's on tape, I think this will be a nothing burger in court, and as it should be. But this Department of Justice is not surprising me, unfortunately. I wish I was surprised. I yearn for the days where I can be surprised by the actions of somebody in office.
Yeah, I know.
In a good way. In a good way. I don't want to be negatively surprised.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just, Harry, it's January 6th colors everything, doesn't it? When these two poor, kids that were shot and killed outside the Israeli embassy, whenever Trump says, there's no place for hate and inciting violence in America, I'm like, really? Well, January 6th, really? You do it every single day. And
listen, you know what? Listen, he's correct. However, he's not the right messenger for it. Yeah. There is no place for hate and violence, and we can't. Yes, you're right. You're 100% right. There is no place for that. But Donald Trump is not the messenger for that message. I don't give a damn what office he holds. He's a hypocrite, and he stands by. Listen, if you commit those in his name, any type of act in his name, he's honored. He loves it. Because all he wants to do is be worshipped and celebrated. So, give me a damn break. The message is right, but it's coming from the wrong person.
Yep. Harry, we've got to talk about the racism, don't we? I mean, between the spectacle in the Oval Office, first of all, Keith says, so the photos that Trump showed yesterday, which he claimed were from South Africa, were actually from the Congo, taken from battles involving rebels in Goma City. The video from the same conflict. Reuters has confirmed the location and context of the images. Donald Trump can't stop lying. And you can't get away from, there is no white genocide, and he's, trying to humiliate this black leader of South Africa in the Oval Office. And it's... I just got to read this one to you. So Talbert Swan, I don't know if you know him, he just said, white lies. There is no genocide of white farmers in South Africa. Haitian immigrants weren't eating cats and dogs. The price of groceries and gas hasn't dropped. There's no stage 9 cancer. The 2020 election was not stolen. January 6 rioters were not political prisoners. Tesla was not attacked by terrorists. 13% of the population do not commit 80% of the crime. America has never hired based on meritocracy. White people in America are not oppressed. Jesus was not white. America wasn't founded on Christian principles. I mean, just
that is fantastic.
That is
mic
fantastic.
Drop. I would say that deserves a round of applause right there. Absolutely.
Mic drop.
But you know what? They're 100% correct. And what do you say? 80% of the crime is by how many? By 13, what was that? 13% or something?
Yeah.
Well, I would say 95% of the time Donald Trump is opening his mouth, a lie is coming out of it. Yeah. Since we're talking about percentages, I mean that's what he does, and the people that are suffering from his lies are the American people like Ashley Babbitt, and that's an extreme example. She lost her life, but I mean, it's going to be a result of loss of life for a lot of other people, women who don't have access to the health care that they need through women's reproductive health. People that through this big, beautiful bill are going to lose their health insurance, SNAP benefits, food stamps, meals for kids in schools. Like a lot of people they're the losers. They're the ones who are going to lose on these lies. And that's all he does. And it's hard to feel bad for his supporters because they're the ones who are enabling this. And that goes all the way up to the members in Congress who have no spine, who know that their members, that their constituents are vehemently opposed against this.
So, Harry, someone that, devoted your life to protecting and serving as a Capitol police officer, I mean, the fact that they try to still claim to be the law and order party and the party of police when a lot of these pardoned January 6 criminals, of course, are already committing other crimes, which is not surprising, right? And no, not at all. What'd you say? Once a criminal, always a criminal. It's hard to. I mean, listen, I love people getting the opportunity to rehabilitate themselves, but the first thing that comes with a step towards rehabilitation is acknowledging that you were wrong in the first place. If you're still living with the narrative that you were right on January 6th, then you don't want to rehabilitate yourself and you're a criminal. Yeah. Well, like I say, it's in every case that their hypocrisy is got to. I always think of you in particular, just because we know and love each other. We have a thing going on.
Definitely. Definitely.
But no, it's just the fact that they, literally when they talk about it, when we bring up Capitol Police officers, they're like, oh, not them. I mean, just talk about that a little bit.
It's literally, like you said, the hypocrisy and even going back to the assault. What type of assault gets you an indictment? What type of assault gets you $5 million? It's insane. I wish I was surprised, but all of it goes back to the bigger point. If you're doing things in Donald Trump's name, then you will be celebrated amongst this Republican Party. And anything that you do that paints him in a bad light, a gray light, you are the enemy of the Republican, no matter who you are or no matter what you are. Yeah. Just immediately, just look at Liz Cheney. Let's take it all the way back to Liz Cheney for a second. She was voted with Donald Trump 97% of the time, and now all of a sudden, because she's telling the truth about January 6th, then she's the worst, most corrupt Republican ever.
All these people that warned the most vociferously about him are Republicans that worked for him. John Kelly, Admiral McRaven, McMaster, on and on and on. Yeah. I mean, and Harry, I think the thing, it goes all the way to the top, him getting presidential immunity. What did you think was going to happen when you give a 34-count felon, lifelong criminal immunity? And now they try to slip in this bill that he doesn't have to obey court orders. So
that's insane. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, exactly. People aren't talking about that. I saw something about that, and I'm actually still reading up on that myself. But I saw that was tucked into this bill somewhere. What the hell? This is insane. You can't do that. They are circumventing the Constitution. They don't have the ability to do this. But that's the thing. When unchecked power is some of the most dangerous power ever, and that's what they're trying to give him.
Well, that's the final piece, Harry, that makes him a dictator, is because he's losing in court after court after court, even in some cases up to the Supreme Court. And this just says, oh, never mind. You don't. When they go to force compliance, you don't have to comply. I mean, so yeah.
Do it now before the bill gets signed into law.
Yeah, right, exactly. Harry, we don't get to see you enough. I miss you. I'm so happy that you took time. I feel bad. I know. I hate. It's so funny, this parade. We come plumb your pain again about January 6th for us. It is a little show we do that. I always feel bad. I'm like, how do you think he feels?
That's the thing. A lot of people want to apologize and everything. I tell people when they see me, don't apologize. You didn't do anything. Or you know what? More, maybe you did. Did you get out there and vote? Were you doing this? Yeah. That's the kind of stuff. Apologize for not voting or not doing that stuff, but you have an opportunity to do something about it. I've been speaking out across the whole country. Yeah. I was down in Florida last weekend. The weekend before I was in North Dakota, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Kansas, everywhere, and just showing up. And the message has been about resilience, because I think people have gotten to the point where they've reluctantly accepted, all right, this is our reality for the next 4 years. Yeah. However, it doesn't have to be for the next 4 years. In 2026, everybody's saying, how do we stop Donald Trump? Well, he's not going to jail. He's not going to get impeached. However, Democrats winning one chamber, and the easiest one to do is the House. You win the House in 2026, you stop Donald Trump.
Yes.
Yep.
Period. His agenda comes to a screeching halt, and that's what we got to remain focused on for the next coming months.
How many seashell crimes have you prosecuted in your life? Have you arrested people other than James Comey for seashell-related crime?
That's insane, man. You know what's crazy? People don't even know what the term 86 means.
I have a shirt. It meant vote him out. Yeah. 86-45.
Yeah. Well, no, not even that. Even just going back to the restaurant industry, 86 in order. Yeah. It was cancel that one. Yep. It's crazy.
Harry Dunn, I hope you run again. I hope you run again. We need you. America needs you. Thanks for still fighting the good fight.
Thank you, my dear. It's great to talk to you. And I haven't ruled out running again, but I just want to be helpful rather than self-serving myself. So if I can serve the country, then I am happy with that.
As they say, thank you for loving a country that hasn't always loved you back the way we
Amen.
should.
Amen.
So, love you. All right. There we
go. Love you.
Thank you.
My cuddle
Thank
bear.
You,
my cuddle bear. Oh, hey there, it's Stephanie Miller. If you're like me and you love sharp political insight, pointy, you like it pointy and sharp, bold opinions, and a touch of humor to make sense of these crazy times, have I got some fantastic news for you. The Political Voices Network is now on Substack. This is your new go-to for the best in independent media. We're talking about my show streaming daily with episodes on demand, the fearless of journalism of Brian Karem, the brilliant side-splitting satire of John Fugelsang, the unrelenting working-class advocacy of Rick Smith, and so much more. Here's the best part. Subscribing is so easy. You can join for free or go to the extra mile. Support these incredible independent voices by signing up for a full subscription starting at just $8. You'll get access to exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a chance to directly fuel fearless, unfiltered media. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to politicalvoicesnetwork.com, hit that subscribe button, and become part of the movement keeping truth alive in an era of corporate media overload. Every subscription helps, especially yours. One more time, that is politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Sign up now. Do it.